Today's genre topic is going to be, drumroll please. Oh shit, what was it?
Interpersonal relationships.
Interpersonal relationships.
And if you should change who you talk to, or your social media appearance, or your social media personality, based on your spouse or your partner's feelings.
Social media and interpersonal relationships. So the real question is, should you change your friend group and the way you present yourself on the internet in social media simply because your partner disagrees with it or thinks differently? Or what do you think? That is going to be our topic. So to start us off, we're going to start with men first. Jared, go ahead. What is your opinion on that?
My opinion is that first, that wouldn't be simply for the partner's feelings. I say that the most important thing in your life, or the most important relationship you have in your life after you become married, or if you're in a serious relationship, is that relationship. So really it would come down to how much does it affect that other person, and if it affects you less to stop speaking or stop messing with these people than it does affect them for you to continue it, that would be the ultimate, the basis for whether or not you should change it. If it's easier to change it on you than it is on them for you to not change it, and it also depends if you want to stay in that relationship. If you're more comfortable leaving that relationship, then changing it, then leave the relationship.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Because what's the point of being with somebody who you care less about than you do the other people in the world? You know what I mean? Who takes precedent in your life is really what it comes down to.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other thoughts on that from your standpoint so far?
My viewpoint is different on it.
What about your viewpoint as a Muslim? I know that sounds weird throwing religion, but I feel like
Muslim is that there should be no relationship between my wife and any man, outside.
Even on social media,
especially
and
on social
friend
media.
groups.
It's actually explicitly talked about by scholars and stuff now that it's it can be even worse because it's deception without it even being deceptive, because they don't. Okay, so it should always be in a public setting, anyways. If you were to be talking to somebody outside,
and this is from the Islam view. I just want to clarify.
So that for a man or a woman, it doesn't matter the sex, to be talking to a member of the opposite sex that is not their spouse, that is not family, then it should only be for business, direct business, or casual, quick, hey, how are you? But if somebody wants to know what your favorite color is or what you're doing later, it's none of their business.
That's not prevalent.
It's not prevalent. It's not at all. And the thing is, they say that if there's a man and a woman in a room, and they're unmarried, or one of them is married and one of them is not, or even if they're both married but neither of them is married to each other, so they're not okay to talk to each other.
Okay.
Then they say that the third person in the room is shaitan. So
just to clarify for people who don't know what is shaitan. Shaitan is Satan in Islam.
And so on one end of the conversation, no matter what anybody says, on one end of the conversation, if it's between a male and a female, then they're not related, and there's no reason for them to be having this conversation. If it goes anywhere past that, quick business, business, then it on one end is sinful in nature, and it's
no matter what's being said.
No matter what's being said, if it's talking about something past that business stuff, it's stuff that is required. That it's safe for your husband. The attention and that time, it's safe for your husband. It's safe for your wife. The required to have that knowledge about somebody, that you don't need to know that about it. No.
So what if entering that relationship, they already had that sort of communication prevalent in their lives? What would happen? What would be the correct thing to do?
Like what I said earlier, if that comes down to if they want to stay in that relationship, and
so you do think they should change it? That's what.
Yeah, absolutely do.
Okay.
I think that if they don't, that it's a show of exactly how much respect they have for their spouse or their significant other. especially if you went into knowing you're marrying a Muslim, knowing that there's like different.
You know what you're getting into.
Yeah, you know exactly. You know what you're getting into. It's not. I'm not saying like there's no reason for a private conversation between a man and a woman to happen. Like, why is it private then? Why is this not? It should only be taking place in a public environment. Like, I think, and I hold pretty well to that too. I don't talk to. Well, I guess I don't talk to anybody, but let alone like I'm not messaging.
I will vouch for that.
Any female to say, hey, how are you, or like. Even
That's
that,
never
I'm
been
not
a
even saying
worry
that would
on
be
my
fine
part.
if I said, hey, how are you? But like, if I start asking like, what are you doing later? What's your favorite movie? What you got going on today?
Yeah.
Like,
making conversation that
what movie you watching?
isn't necessary.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. And like, if you have that time and attention for somebody else, then it's time and attention that you probably don't have for your spouse later. Like, and they'll notice it, and it's actually emotional. It's like stealing your husband's emotional, or your husband's or wife's emotional property. Like, it's that time.
It's giving away something that's supposed to be your husband.
Well, yeah, it's like literally stated as like giving away their emotional. What is the word for it? Like, it's like property. It starts with the C. You have
emotional
capital.
Oh,
it's emotional
nice.
capital. You're stealing that from your spouse and giving it to somebody else. And like a lot of people have different views. People are supposed to have different views, but
everybody's got one. That's why we have the show.
But it safeguards against any of the things. No infidelity started with infidelity. It's not how it didn't just right away.
Oh, absolutely. People don't
boom,
just jump in the sack with somebody.
Yeah, no. It started out, hey, what's up? Hey,
what are you doing later?
Your husband's working late? Well.
Snap. Yep.
Maybe we should hang out, catch a cup of coffee. Don't tell your husband.
That's what they all start with.
Yeah, like something like that. I don't know who goes.
One day it's coffee,
anymore.
second day you find them in bed with your boss. You know.
Well, maybe not second day. You know, some people might take it a little further. You don't have to be quick.
I'm
to
just
say
saying that happens.
It could be. Yeah, it does. But it never started out as
absolutely
as like, hey, let's cheat on our
absolutely
significant other right now.
Nobody
like,
sets out to do that just off the get go. I get that.
It's never been how it started. But that's just my
No, I love that. I love that. I think going back to the initial question is, when entering a relationship, should you change your social media presence and or friend group in order to please your partner? And I kind of have two different opinions on that, I guess. I suppose I don't think entering a relationship you should have to change anything in order to please your partner, but I do think that in that same instance, if you respect your partner enough and you put as much value into your relationship that you say you do, entering that relationship, that to me is an agreement that, hey, I'm going to do everything and anything in my power to make sure that this relationship works, that you are happy to the best of my ability, that we get, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of an agreement saying, hey, I have my ideas, you have your ideas, but guess what? We're together, so we're going to figure out these ideas together, and we're going to make it work. Okay? Right. So it's not just me anymore. So I think that you're right, like with the respect thing. Like, if I care enough about that person, I don't want to see them upset. If I care enough about that person, I want to see them comfortable, and I want to see them feeling safe and happy and present and, you know what I mean? Guarded, private, taken care of in my relationship. And so, therefore, I would accommodate that. I don't believe that every interaction with males are bad outside the marriage. However, I do think that.
But that's where it's kept to a.
But I do think that if you are married and you are hiding any sort of communication with anybody, I think that is wrong. I think that there is always a balance. There's always a balance between, it's communication. It's respect for each other. It's talking it out. I would never go be like, hey, I'm not going to tell my husband this, but I'm going to go start talking to this dude and befriend him at work. You know what I mean? I would never do that because that's not open. That's not honest. That's not, you know what I mean? That's not putting the best of the relationship above all else. And so, I mean, to me, there's two different things. There's either you're going to be shady about it and you're going to be dishonest and distrustful and do things behind your partner's back, or you're going to do things that your partner and you have both talked about and are comfortable with in front of them. So I get and I totally get the like not having conversations, but that's kind of it goes back to respect. It just goes back to respect because I wouldn't want to talk to any other guy longer than a few sentences like my husband. You know what I mean? It just comes down to naturally a woman is not going to be talking to men outside. You know, like that's not our natural thing to do. And I think what you said is great. I just think it goes back to respect.
I think that if it's explicitly said like this
Oh yeah,
person
absolutely.
or like this thing, like and it bothers them, like
absolutely.
Like,
No, I agree.
Really offended by it.
110%.
There's zero reasons to then ever carry on any.
I 100% agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I do. I say I agree with that wholeheartedly, but I also have to throw in because I'm guilty of this, just like a lot of people are out there. Of talking to people outside your relationship.
Not even
it's so easy. It's so easy in our society in this day and age to do that now, though. I truly believe because we're so used to not having that silent moment in the room, not having, you know what I mean? We have so many connections, and there's so much communication going on with absolutely everybody in every aspect of social media life that it's on occasion hard not to speak to those people. However, I completely agree. Like if there's a set agreement within a relationship that they do not want you speaking to this particular person, I think the other person should do everything and anything in their power to uphold that to the best of their ability. I absolutely agree that. I know that I'm human, we're all human, and there's always those times that shit happens, but I think at the end of the day, honesty always brings it back.
I think too, if you're not willing to change that for the person that you're with, then don't be with that person. Like,
exactly.
Like which either way, whether you want them to, whether you're wanting them to start talking, or you're wanting to start talking to other people, or you don't want them to talk to other people, whichever side you're coming from on it, but you can't come to an agreement about it. Like if one of them feels wholeheartedly like this is not okay with me, I'm not okay with this, and the other one feels like this is okay, then there's never going to be a way to meet.
Well, I feel like they can think that this is okay, but it's what they do. Because I can disagree on a subject with like you,
right? Yeah, no.
But
exactly,
I love you and respect you enough to not do that. You know what I'm saying? Like just because I think it's okay does not make it okay. Because it's not about I when I enter a relationship anymore. It's about us.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is,
it's a give and take.
The asking to not speak some, like I said, it comes down to if it's going to hurt one person, and it's not going to hurt you to either continue or discontinue doing this, but it's going to hurt them if you either discontinue or continue doing this, then that should be like the guideline for it. Like,
like who's going to hurt less?
Or because probably on one side when it comes to this particular topic, one of them's not going to hurt at all from not or from continuing to do whatever it is, but the one that's bothered by it will be affected because it affects them directly.
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, if somebody has a strong moral belief on something and the other person just willy-nilly, does things in certain instances, I completely agree that, like, it takes a lot less effort to just not do that thing than it does for somebody to break down their morals, beliefs, and impossibilities of a relationship. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's something that is easily changed, like what you live by. If your wife says to move left, you move left, regardless of why, regardless of what's going on. The fact being is that a relationship is about making the other person happy. And if a simple thing as moving left is going to make my partner happy, then best know I'm going to lace these boots up and turn left. Don't you agree?
I like your style.
I like your style. And if those boots were Converse, you'd be wearing them nicely, let me tell you.
Why would I be wearing like long lace-it up Converse?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's
why
wrong
would I
with
wear
that?
those? Why
They're
would
high
I wear
tops.
Yeah, but why would I have them on?
Because they'd be cute on you.
Converse boots?
Why are you?
What kind of
Not
weird
boots.
shit are you trying to make?
I didn't say boots, did I?
You made it sound
I think
like
it was sneakers.
You said boots.
Anyway, so I like that topic. Did you like that topic? Do you have any other thoughts about that topic before we close out this genre?
One thing you said that it's not always bad. The relationship is not always bad. But the thing is that it can't stay not bad. It's like if it just continues Like, it cannot stay not bad. It's
Between
like,
a man and a woman. That's something I disagree on, but we have to agree to disagree on that. I
Yeah.
truly believe that a man can talk to a woman and there not be any
on
sexual.
one end of it,
There doesn't have to be, though, in my opinion. Because I've had friends from grade school that are male,
But I've
and
never
has
seen,
never.
I've never seen.
I'm just saying, it has never been that way. It has never been either way reciprocated in that feeling. I mean, I've just seen it in my life, at least.
It, like, be completely the opposite, because like
Oh,
almost
yeah,
every time,
definitely.
like, you're like, oh, this dude's about to say some dirtbag shit.
Definitely.
Like,
No,
and
it's
then they
always
almost always
it's
do.
more of the time the other way. I absolutely
Yeah.
agree that it's a
And
majority of the
thing is
time.
that what it does is it eliminates the devil before the devil
Mhm.
enters the room.
Well,
So
I agree. That is definitely a preventative measure. But if we're gonna do preventative measures to thwart off any possibility of a marriage ending in disaster, that'd be just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot always just prevent it from happening. Sometimes you have to. It has to happen. You got to fix it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I get the preventing it for the big things, but there's always that.
Yeah, but I'm saying for this particular
Yeah.
type of event, it can't. If it's already safeguarded against, and both people know, okay, then
Mhm.
this isn't going on. Plus, it keeps the other person from getting into a habit of toxic jealousy. So, what started out as just being upset about something could turn into toxic jealousy, because now that it's happened once, and now that they think it happened twice, and then
It gives them a reason to think more into
but
it. And
whether it gives them a reason or not, it makes them feel they have a reason.
yeah.
And so it's like a stressor on their
So
relationship.
honestly, yeah, I was gonna say, it's just, I imagine marriage is like the Great Wall of China, and I think things like this are more cannonballs hitting that wall. Like, it's not gonna be detrimental to the relationship, but it's gonna hit its mark, and it's going to leave a mark. And eventually, if you get so many cannonballs on a relationship, it falls.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I think, like, things like this, these things that pop up in relationships are cannonballs. But our best defense, I feel like, is making sure that wall's strong to begin with.
Yeah, I think like the main goal, if you have a spouse, is to make your spouse happy.
Absolutely.
Like, it doesn't matter what somebody is. Now,
By the way,
doesn't
you're
matter-
doing
I'm
an
not saying it
excellent
doesn't
job of
matter
that.
what nobody else thinks.
You do an
Thank you.
excellent
You too.
job.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter what anybody thinks, but it doesn't matter what most people, other than your spouse, your family. But when you're married, that's the person you're gonna have to go home to tonight,
Exactly.
or that you should have,
And-
that you should go be home with tonight.
And that's a good point. Like, when you enter into marriage, that's your number. That should be your numero uno. And if anybody disagrees with that, just a strong tip for you. I'm on my third marriage, and if you disagree with that statement, please think twice before getting married, because when you enter a marriage, it is automatically 100. There is no half in, half out. That is your person, and nobody else in this world should precedent this person. That is what marriage is. That's what it constitutes an agreement of, in my opinion. So,
and it's not about being controlling.
and that's the thing, though. It's not controlling, because it's not the other partner making somebody do something. It's
No,
that
it's
partner
the
putting them
request.
above. Yes.
Yeah, they put it above, because you can't force anybody to do anything.
Exactly.
People can do what they want to do. They're gonna do what they
Hey,
want to
babe.
do.
I'm glad we don't have any cannonballs hitting our wall.
Right. Yeah, me too.
Thanks for being a husband of the year.
Thanks for being wife of the year. It's not been a year yet.
All right, we're gonna settle this topic down, and we'll be brainstorming our next one. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you later.